I'm Tony Crimlisk, and this is a video about strum patterns on the ukulele. People often ask what's the correct strum pattern for this song, and there isn't really an answer to that. It depends on the style and the mood that you want to create. If you're all playing, a lot of people are all playing it together, sometimes it's useful to have the same strum pattern, and lots of music has got strum patterns, downstrokes and upstrokes to suggest. But if you're playing on your own, it's nice to have a bit of a vocabulary of different strum patterns, so you can bring the changes a little bit. The best way to do this is to listen to other people and listen and learn by ear and repeat what they do. But sometimes it's helpful to visualise what the patterns are. And to help people with that, I've made this little visual aid. It's got 4 beats in the bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you may see, 1 is a little bit taller than the 2 and 4, and 3 is a little bit between. So you normally put the accents here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have to do that, of course. You can put the accent here and here, and you get that quite a lot in regular beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And between each of these beats, you can then also put half beats. So you can get 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. Or you can get 1, 2 and 3, 4. It probably helps if I make it into a little picture that I can put in the top of the screen. Right, the purpose of strum patterns is of course to play the chords that accompany a particular song. But more importantly, the strum patterns also provide a rhythm, like having a drummer and backing drummer, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on. So I'm not worried about the different chords. I'm just going to play one chord. Let's say the chord of C. It could be any chord. It could be no chord at all. C6, F. It could be whatever chord you fancy. I'm going to use a C chord because that's the easiest one to start with. And I play, first of all, 4 beats in the bar would be simply like this, playing with the thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or with the finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or what I prefer, floppy fingers, that's all of them. Because later on you can do things like the fan stroke. The important thing is to play all 4 strings evenly, get across all 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can divide those up into the sub beats. First of all, between 1 and 2, so it's 1, 2, 3. Or between 2 and 3. Or between 3 and 4. After 4. 1, 2, 3. That gives you some variation already. We could do half beats between beats 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So it could be 1, 2, 3. Or between 3 and 4. Or between the second and the third. And various variations are between the second, third and fourth. As I explained earlier, the beat can be changed, the accent can be changed, so you're not accenting the first beat, but you're accenting the second and the fourth. A good reggae rhythm, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can add to that the half beats as well. Or you can simply miss the first beat out altogether. 1. You can also miss out the second beats, so you can just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can make the division after the third and fourth beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can miss out the third beat. 1, 2, all kinds of possibilities. One possibility that's used a lot with ukulele, it's George Formby's probably famous split stroke, where you divide the beat not into 8 equal parts, 8 half beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on, but in a group of 3, followed by another group of 3, followed by a group of 2, which still adds up to 8. But you do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1 downstroke, upstroke, downstroke again, another downstroke, upstroke, and another downstroke, and then a downstroke and an upstroke. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. With the finger. If you combine that with some of the other patterns we've tried, then you get a very interesting pattern, which, as I say, is used quite a lot. Okay, so far we've divided the beat simply into 2 equal parts, 2 half beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that is in fact called simple time. The beat divided into 2s, but there's also, you can divide the beat into 3 parts, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's called compound time, and you can do it with 2 beats, 3 beats or 4 beats. And I think probably you've been playing 4 beats in the bar in compound time without even realising it, doing a sort of much swingier rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. 1, 2. That's compound time. And a sort of convention in popular music. As you've seen, 4 beats of our each beat divided into 2 equal parts, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, equals 8 subbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beat me daddy, 8 to the bar. Check it out, the Andrews Sisters. That's not to do with Child of Bruce, incidentally. It's to do with the way you play the chords, where you accent on them. Anyway, one way to visualize these patterns that we've been looking at is to get a piece of paper, write on it the figures 1 to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, put a coin in places where you play the chord and then leave it off for the places where you don't. So using this coin system we can play all the patterns we played before. This, or all the same patterns we played before. Even better, to particularly if you're working with children, is get some Smarties. Put the Smarties on, put all the Smarties on to begin with, and then take them off one at a time, and eat the result. Now, if you want to try out some even more exotic patterns, check out my Twitter page. There's 2 sheets of rhythms there. What I've done is to divide the beat into 4 beats into 8 sub-beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've done 2 bars. So we've got 2 bars of 8 beats. That gives a whole variety of different strum patterns, and I've given the names of some of them, more unusual South American rhythms. But I've got to warn you in advance, I've used these with students grade 8 and above, and they do find it quite difficult to read them. They probably find it much easier to play them by ear, and this is where I come back to what I said at the beginning. Much the best way is to learn these strumming patterns by ear, to feel them. But visualizing them can help you get started and to increase your vocabulary. Hope you found this useful. See you again another time. Bye.